Well, hey everybody, Delvers here to talk about my first early impressions about Deadpool. As you can see here, here's my Deadpool, level 76 already. I put a lot into her. I did put blue iso on her, and I am using Striker. I got some luck with my red stars. I got a 6 on her, and I bought the offer, and I ended up getting a 4-star out of it already. Almost a 5-star, so I expect to have a 5 or 6. 5 bare minimum, 6 probably at the event. I have T4'd all her abilities. I have used her in RTA, I've used her in raids, and I've tried her out in Dark Dimension 3 right now as well. I'm short on miasmas, so it's going to be a little bit before I can take her into Dark Dimension 4 and really see what she can do there. So let's go over her. She's a hero, cosmic, mystic brawler, and of course a new warrior. So she doesn't actually have her team yet because Cloak and Dagger aren't officially out yet. They are now in the game files, but no, we don't have them yet. Just overall, she's just a good character. She's definitely not the next Kestrel and Silver Surfer, or Doom even. I'd put them all above her. Give you an honest opinion, she feels kind of like another Black Bolt 2.0. With that ping of hers when somebody dies, kind of feels like that. So, first thing I'll do is we'll talk about these T4s, why I've done them all, actually, and just from my gameplay experience, that's why I ended up doing them all. First, the most obvious one is, of course, her passive, giving 60% more damage to the most injured enemy when somebody dies on the opposing team. Of course, more damage just to get another attack. You can kill another character and make her do this again, so this is quite useful. And of course, she also gets to heal herself for 10% max health. So, and of course, in raids, she gets the bonuses of she gets to gain a charge, she gives a speed bar, and she gets to generate ability energy on the enemy death. But this is only again in raids, so that's where she is most useful, obviously. She gives 5% drain for each charged. Mystic allies get 10% drain. She's giving 20% max health, and then once Cloak and Dagger are at it, they'll get 20% extra max health on top of it. Very good T4, very much the first one you should do. Her ultimate, you're actually going to be using this quite a bit because you want to get that charge built up, and you need to get to 5 charge to kind of make this into an instant kill. If you play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, it's kind of like Darth Nihilus' ability where you just kill somebody. I did do the T4 in here because an extra 100% damage is a lot of damage. And you want to keep doing that because you're going to have to use this thing 5 times to get it charged up anyway. So you might as well do as much damage as you possibly can. Pretty good ability. Her special is actually quite useful as well. One thing I've noticed about her is she can be kind of squishy, can take a lot of damage. Whereas this special is going to come in very handy because then you can take, if she has any negative effects on her, you can then transfer them all now if you use the T4 to the primary target. And she's going to get 50% damage to the primary and secondary target, which is any adjacent targets. So just in a basic 5-on-5 battle, she's probably going to hit 3 targets, the first target. So you're actually getting 150% total damage because you're hitting 3 different targets for 50% more. But the big thing is she gets to steal 10% health from those targets, and redistribute that to herself and all Mystic allies. If she's the only one, she gets all the health, heals her up pretty good. You will need to do that through my testing. I found that. And on top of this, if the primary target you already attacked already had negative effects, she's going to spread them as well. The big thing with the T4 is getting the transfer all. Before this, it's only 3, so if you really got loaded up with debuffs, this can come in quite handy. The big thing is primarily getting some more damage. That's her job, is just to mainly do more and more damage. And finally, probably the one that people are missing the most probably is the basic. You're actually going to be using the basic more than you think. Like I said before, she's squishy. This basic automatically heals herself for 10% all the time. She removes any negative effects on her, gets 5% more health again, on top of that 10% that she already had, that she was healing for. It clears death proof, and it actually hits adjacent targets again for 300% with the T4. The T4 added 60% to the main target, so this is roughly, and the secondary target, so roughly 180% total you're getting out of it. On top of that, you're guaranteed now to flip a stealth or speed up any of those targets that she hits. Before this, it's only a 50% chance. Not really important, but you get 120% if the target is a minion. So she hits for a bunch of damage against a minion. Might be useful in war if you're facing somebody, like the Mercs or something. But it is actually, and also on top of this, don't forget this is also based, will help her assist, so she'll do more damage there as well. So in reality, I actually think we need all the T4s on her just to make her do her real job, which is put out a ton of damage. So my early impressions of Deathpool are this. She is a good character in raids, obviously. I do think, though, as of right now, she does need Thanos to help feed her some energy. One of her problems is that ultimate, her ultimate that needs to be charged up does cost 3 energy. So if you want to keep reusing it to get it charged up, to eventually where you can just kill somebody outright, you're going to need energy be fed to you. She does get energy, can hand out energy if you kill somebody, but you got to be able to kill somebody else first. Like I said, also she's a little bit squishy side, so Thanos helps protect her, as well as giving her more energy and just more energy to the team, depending on how you get set it up. So I don't think Thanos is quite gone yet if you're using her in Doom raids. I don't think we can drop him just yet. Cloak and Dagger might change that. We might just go down to like a Silver Surfer, Doom, and the New Warriors for Doom raids, if you're into that part. Of course, for newer players, if you get her, use her, build her. For raids, even, if she does well in Doom raid, she's going to do well in, U7.5, all the U6s, without a doubt. Again, you might want to bring like a Thanos, maybe even if you really needed to stretch it, a Star-Lord to feed her some more energy. I would keep some Mystics around. If you're in the lower U7s, you might want to bring in, say, a Hela, a Shuri to help give her defense up a little bit more energy again. Those would be a couple good characters. I don't know if she would do well with Black Bolt. Black Bolt's kind of slow, but he could do the ping thing to get the deaths and help maybe get the train started there. Of course, the ultimate one, if you don't have Adam, you use the Infinity Watch sisters with her. She would do well with them because they can pretty much carry anybody, and she would just be even more damage on top of what they already do. And of course, they kill so quickly with Gamora doing so much damage. That would be incredibly useful because then she'd be hanging and doing even more damage and just making things go a lot quicker. As far as Dark Dimensions, I did try her out in Dark Dimension 3 Cosmic. I was trying some different teams, but mostly with the other four: Infinite Watch, Moondragon, Gamora, Phyla-Vell, and Nebula. With her, I dropped Adam off the team. I gotta say that the Infinity Watch pretty much carried it. She didn't really do. She did some, but she wasn't spectacular in my testing. Uh, if you don't have a Kestrel, you don't have a Silver Surfer, you don't have Adam, she can be the fifth, but generally for Cosmic in Dark Dimension 4 and 3, I would still say Infinity Watch is ruling the roost. You can just take the 4 Infinity Watch sisters and do DD4 Cosmic and have no problems. If you wanted to add a fifth, you don't have Kestrel, you don't want to build Kestrel, Deathpool is an option because she is Mystic. So if there's not too many Mystics that you're going to be using in DD4 now, with the Infinity Watch now kind of knocking out Hela and Thanos, you really only have Maw at the end. Nobody else really that would use Mystic gear. So with a new Dark Dimension metas right now, I would say, yeah, go ahead, take her. I believe she's only a 54 piece uh, to be used. I have to double check on that later. But I believe that's all it is. Of course, the big issue is miasmas, which are used by Adam, used by Hela, uh, now used by her, and eventually I think it's Cloak is the one who's going to be using it as well. So we're going to be in a bit of a miasma crunch. Oh, Doctor Doom as well, another great character. In wars, she's not going to be like a spectacular war character, but she will be a useful character. You know, in that she does do quite a bit of damage. Not really sure what team she'll be on or how she will fare. In RTA, I did use her in RTA and did quite well with her. I needed Thanos, though, to feed her energy. Generally, outside of raids, you're going to need a battery like a Thanos, Star-Lord, Shuri, somebody to feed her energy to get her going and keep her going. Thanos is the best choice because, like I said, she is a bit squishy. You need to protect her a little bit so that she doesn't take too much damage, even though she can heal herself up. So overall, I mean, she's a good character, like I said before. Not as great as I thought she would be in Dark Dimension. I was really underwhelmed by her. But she is very good in raids, very good in Doom raids, and for new players who get her, I would definitely go hard on getting her. I expect that she will be very needed for Doom Raid 2, which if you're a new player might be very far down the line, but you might have to think about it now and get her down. You know, use your cores, get her in this event, and just enjoy her. And until next time.